Coming up on the WAC Basketball Podcast, we have Tyler Hendricks of Utah Valley men's basketball. He's a redshirt junior who's a transfer from Central Florida. He's currently second on the team in scoring, averaging over 12 points a game, and he's also been lighting it up from beyond the arc. He's shooting over 50% from downtown. That's good for fourth in the nation. He's also playing right down the road from his twin brother, Taylor. Comes off the bench for the Utah Jazz. It's a whole family connection. We'll dive into that and much more coming up on the WAC Basketball Podcast. So we're now joined by Tyler Hendricks of Utah Valley men's basketball. Tyler, what a season the Wolverines are having so far, off to a 12-4 overall start. You guys are 74 in the net rankings. What has been working for this team as you guys look to chase a WAC tournament title?
Just playing together, going to every game, just wanting to play for each other, not being like selfish or anything, just playing for the team. Everybody wants to win. It's not about like who's scoring more or, it's just about who wants to win.
And this team is comprised of a lot of newcomers. You yourself, you came from Central Florida. This is your first year with the program. So how are these guys able to gel so quickly in such a short amount of time?
I think it's just the connection we all have. Like, we're all coming from different places. We all play ball. So, we're all coming into this new environment, like trying to do better than what we did last year. So I think that's what the main thing was for us. Like, as a whole, like everybody just wanted to come together and do something and make history.
You are having an incredible year from beyond the arc. You're shooting over 50% from three-point land. What is working for you? I know you always talk about confidence being a huge part of your game, but what gave you that to be able to know that, hey, I can knock them down whenever?
Honestly, I would say it's not having confidence. Like, when you don't have confidence, like eventually when you get it, you realize that, okay, like this is what really is the most important thing. Like, if you don't have the confidence in yourself, then no matter how good you are at something, you won't know. You won't be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think just not having the confidence at first, like when I was younger, like really, really allowed me to have the confidence now.
When did that confidence, or when did you notice, hey, I really do have that confidence now where it's just trust, catch, quick release?
I would say mainly when I really knew I had it was at the end of last year at the Crown tournament is when I started to get more minutes. And I was really just flowing, it was pretty much a flow state for me. I was just shooting the ball. I wasn't worried about anything. It was pretty much postseason. Like, there was nothing, there was no pressure or anything. So it really just allowed me to like just really stay locked in and not even like have to worry about anything else because, the tournament was already, gone and all that. So we didn't have anything to look forward to. It was just play basketball. So I think that was like the main point when I really like gained my confidence.
And you said that Utah Valley had pursued you relentlessly. Coach Phillips wanted you to be a part of this program. And I think it was also extra special that you're in the same state as your brother, Taylor, once again. Was that just a huge part when Todd Phillips reached out, that it was the stars were aligning so you guys could be close by each other again?
Yeah, it definitely was. Like, it's amazing to just be around your family. I was pretty much, my family was here in Utah and I was at Orlando for a couple years. So just being able to come back here and just, be close to my family. Like, it's a 30-minute drive away just to go see my mom. So it just felt like everything just worked out.
Your brother, Taylor, he plays for the Utah Jazz. He comes off the bench. He gives them good production. How often do you guys get to see each other now that he's in season, you're in season, everybody's got a huge, busy schedule?
Pretty much, I'll say every couple weeks we'll be able to see each other. But obviously, we talk to each other every day on the phone. So, it feels like I see him every day. But yeah, and he comes to all my pretty much as many games as he can to mine, and I come to as many as I can to his. So we see each other pretty often.
And I know being close to home once again, having some family cooking, especially when you've been away from home for so long. What's the favorite meal? What's the go-to when you get to go back home?
Definitely steak. My mom cooks some great steak. I love her steak.
And when you were at Central Florida, so you and Taylor, you started your journey together. And then Taylor was able to be one of the first lottery picks from UCF to go to the NBA. But why was it so important for you guys coming out of high school to start your journey together?
Man, we pretty much did everything together. So, going to college is like a really big step from high school, So just being able to like walk through that journey with him, even though if it was 1 year, just being able to just go to college with him, seeing him play in person and at the higher level, it just was, it was just a blessing.
And one of the things I love about when I was reading about you is that you redshirted that first year, and Taylor had a great season. And when he was selected for the NBA, one of the draft picks, you were right next to him, and you were just speaking about how proud of him. You didn't make it about yourself. You were just so supportive. Has that support just been back and forth over the years where it's like if one of us is there, we're both there. Or if he's there, I know I can get there.
Yeah, for sure. Just seeing him being able to go to the league after his first year, just especially since that's my twin, like we were born together, like it's like I can do that too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just look up to him in that regard because he put in the work and it's like whatever you really put your mind to, you can succeed. You know what I'm saying? So it was just cool to just see him like throughout the whole process, honestly. Like it was a pretty daunting process, but it's just cool to just see how it all came together.
You guys are twins, but is your personality similar? Is one more outgoing? I know I read that you're a bit of a quieter one off the basketball floor.
Yeah, he's definitely the extrovert, but I'm more of like an introvert. He's definitely goofy. I could be goofy too, but like, it's rare to get it out of me.
You've done a lot of things over the course of your career. When you were at UCF, you launched your own clothing brand called Better Days,
Greater
Greater
days.
Days.
Yes.
And the idea that there's always something better that lies ahead. Have you continued that at Utah Valley, or where are you at with that process?
Definitely continuing it. I pretty much work on it almost every day when I can, if I'm not playing basketball. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm pursuing.
So what does that look like? Are you drawing, creating all the creations? How exactly does that go?
I do create all the designs. I create the designs on my iPad. I pretty much do everything when it comes to the marketing, when it comes to photos, the Instagram. I do everything.
That's awesome. I mean, you're getting a ton of real life, step by step to developing an entire project. Is the team rocking a lot of your outfits?
Yeah, they are. They are. A lot of them just actually got some stuff. So yeah,
I love that. And looking at this season and Utah Valley and going back to conference play, it's finally here. You guys are 2-1 so far. What is this team focusing on as you've reached the second half of the season?
definitely consistency. We're a really good team, but sometimes we have some lackadaisical moments, and mainly defense. I'll say like we're a really good defensive team, but sometimes we slip up. It's normal, but it's just staying focused. So that's one thing we're definitely trying to mentally prepare for.
Is that the same focus that you individually are having, defense and just consistency, or where is your focus specifically for your game?
Definitely defense. I pride myself in defense a lot, so I definitely want to make myself, a really good defender to help the team. One thing coaches want me to do more is offensive rebound. Previously at my other school, that was definitely like something I was doing a lot, and I kind of like went back a little bit from that, but that's something I need to improve is my offensive rebounding.
I just clipped a highlight from you, ACU. Someone took a three-pointer and you were there with the putback dunk. So that was showing it a little bit. And when you look at this season, you guys play each team three times in the league. It's something new. How do you, as a player, prepare for that, knowing that you're going to see this same team three times?
And it's definitely difficult, like every team is going to try to change up something that what they did when they played you. So it's definitely hard to beat a team three times in a row. But like I said, it's just mentally being focused and locked in, and just knowing the scout. They're going to try to change a couple things, but at the end of the day, they're the same team, So you just got to really lock into the scout and know what the coaches are telling you.
There's a lot of pride in winning against fellow Utah schools this weekend, a big one. You have Utah Tech and Southern Utah for this week. What is going to be key to getting those big victories?
To stay in focus. These are in town schools, so the games are going to be tough. Everybody wants to beat the the team that's, everybody wants to be the better team in Utah. So it's just being focused, like I said again, just the coaches know best. So whatever they're going to say in the scout, that's what we got to take to heart.
Well, Tyler, it's been great chatting with you. Best of luck. You can watch the Utah Valley against Southern Utah and Utah Tech, as always, on ESPN+. You can follow along our socials for the schedule and final score. Thank you so much, Tyler.
No problem.